From each happily ever after, every wish upon a star. Let's break down the movies that shaped who we are. From memory lane to now and everything in between. The most famous of films to the ones we've never seen. Decade by decade, all the times we laughed and cried. And with a little pixie dust, they will all take flight. Reliving the feelings, and we're trying our very best. And if they mean the same to you, please be our guest. So hop aboard, we would love to have you as we hang with a certain mouth, the whole gang too. If you love nostalgia stuff, we hope this does the trick. Thanks for joining us as we deep dive the magic.
Hi, and welcome back to the Deep Diving the Magic podcast. I'm KJ.
And I am Jeffrey, and we are back today with the 165th Disney feature-length film from September the 27th of the year 1985. It is a film called The Journey of Natty Gann. The Journey of Natty Gann is a theatrical release. Again, film number 165 on our watch-along. It is a live-action film starring John Cusack and a lot of other familiar faces. But would you like to start us off with a synopsis about The Journey of Natty Gann?
In the 1930s, a tomboy runs away from her guardian to join her single father who is 2,000 miles away where he has found work.
And a lot of stuff happens in between. Overall thoughts or opening remarks about the film?
I had never heard of it and didn't really know what to expect, but just from the cover of it, thinking about the past movies we've watched, I liked it a lot more than I thought I was going to.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It was good. I liked it. Um, I didn't really have a whole lot of facts or anything. I know that I was watching or reading some list way back about movies that didn't age well, and this was on the list, and we see why. But it doesn't mean it wasn't very good because it was very, very good. But we'll get there. Anything you want to talk about before we dive into connecting about this film?
I don't think so.
All right, so it takes place in 1935 Chicago. We meet this girl, Natty Gann, whose father is a widow, and it's the Great Depression, so he can't find work. So everybody's trying to find work, and she's being a tomboy. She's smoking cigarettes. She's making messes. She's doing all that type of stuff. And then she is out roaming the streets when her father goes to get a job, and they tell him the only job he can get is in Seattle across the country. And he has to leave before he can even tell her that he's leaving.
Mm-hmm.
So he leaves a note with the caretaker lady that runs the hotel that they live in.
In a locket. His mom or her mom's locket.
Yeah, they leave her the locket. Yeah. Anything else? All right. So where are we? So then whatever, she doesn't get along with the caretaker lady, so she decides that she's going to find her way across the country to find her father. And how's she going to do that? With no money? Well, she's going to ride the rails and she's going to embark on the train. She finds a bunch of people who also are riding the trains, including a young John Cusack who helps her. And there's a bunch of trials and tribulations with that, with her having to run away from the train and her almost getting caught and different things. She ends up finding a wolf. Want to talk about the wolf?
She ends up in this place where they're like doing dog fighting, and it looks like there's like a Rottweiler fighting a wolf. I don't know. At one point I thought it was a husky, but I guess it's a wolf. And it wins, but it tries to run away, and then she opens the door, letting it escape.
The dude hits her.
Yeah.
Um,
Calling her a stupid kid.
But that wolf ends up becoming her best friend, who takes care of her and she takes care of it.
Mm-hmm.
and she ends up getting taken in by like this cattle family, but then the wolf comes back and she chooses the wolf, which ends up getting her put in like a detention center foster care situation,
Yeah.
um, which she successfully escapes from, and she goes to get the wolf back. The guy who has the wolf ends up being a nice guy who ends up helping her, giving her some money, pointing her on the right direction.
Hmm.
But then she goes to get a train ticket to go find her father, but the dude swindles her out of the money, and so she has to illegally ride the rails again. Right?
Yep.
She meets up with these group of kids who again aren't really helping her. Um, she does like kind of go to like this like town full of people that also ride the rails where she meets the John Cusack character again. Um, they decide to go together to their destination.
Hmm.
There's like a little romance, even though she's incredibly underage, but it's the time. Um, at the same time, her father is trying to find her to give her a call. They learn that she's not there, which makes him nervous. He learns that her wallet was found off of a train somewhere.
That
So,
blew up.
yeah, the train that blew up, we talked about that. There was a train that tipped over that she was able to get off of that caught on fire. So then he's thinking the worst. So then he just takes a job, like widow's work, basically, climbing trees
Hmm.
because he has nothing left to live for. Um, and then they do finally make it to the West Coast.
Hmm.
Um, but then there's some more nonsense with like there's this dude who tries to make advances at Natty, even though she's underage. That totally didn't age well, which the wolf ends up saving her. Um, John Cusack's character Harry gets a job and wants Natty to go with him, but she declines because she wants to go find her father.
Hmm.
And then so she goes to the logging company, but they say that they have no idea who her father is. So then she's stuck with no luck, but then they end up being able to find the father because they find some mail that he sent that got returned. So then they're going to bring her to him. But then as they're on their way to find him, the truck crashes, and then there's a dynamite that blows up, which hurts a bunch of the workers, including the father. So then the ambulance comes up and they are driving down, and she sees her father, and then they run to each other, and they share an emotional embrace, and and the wolf is watching nearby.
Hmm.
What did I miss?
Well, she saw her father, but he didn't see her at first. And then she yelled, and then he looked up and thought he had heard her. And then she yells again because the truck is like way far away. And then when she does, he comes around the corner that she's already passed.
Yep.
Um, yeah, and the wolf had left her, but then it kind of watched as she got reunited with her father, and then it pretty much kind of ended. But they had made it to Washington, her and Harry, and he got up to the thing to go find work, and then he found work, but he found out it was in California, so he was going to go to California and tried to get her to go with him, but she didn't want to go with him because she wanted to find her father. Um, but he just feels like her father left her, which technically he didn't. Um,
Hmm. But yeah,
yeah.
way more enjoyable than it had any right to be.
Hmm.
So then what did you rate it?
I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I thought it was a pretty solid movie. It was definitely way better than I had expected it to be.
Hmm.
IMBD gave it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah. So tell me more.
Um, I don't think this is gonna hop the rails onto my list,
Okay.
but My list starting at number 10 is the Apple Dumpling Gang. The Apple Dumpling Gang rides again. The Undergrads, Dumbo, Sleeping Beauty, The Parent Trap, The Fox and the Hound, Tex, 101 Dalmatians, and The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, I like this film a lot. I would watch it again. Recommend you watching it. It's on Disney Plus. Watch it. Watch it again.
Mhm.
It's very emotional. It's very moving, which is the kind of films I like, but I didn't like it more than I like Pete's Dragon, so it's also is not making my list. So my list upon a star is also staying the same at number 10, Pete's Dragon, number 9, Bedknobs and Broomsticks, 8, Alice in Wonderland, 7, Fox and the Hound, 6, Robin Hood, 5, Peter Pan, 4, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, 3, Mary Poppins, 2, The Rescuers, and number 1, 101 Dalmatians. So that's my list. So, but we watched it. Thanks for watching it with us, and I recommend you actually checking it out and spending some time on it. It's a nice, easy watch,
Mhm.
especially if you like sad movies. But our next film, we are going back to the Disney Channel. Film number 166, still staying in the year 1985 because they released a million films in 1985, November of that year. But before I tell you what the name of the film is, do you know what our next episode is? Film number 166.
No.
It is our 2-year anniversary of doing this podcast. It's our 2-year anniversary episode with a film called The Blue Yonder. Will we like it as much as this? I have no idea. We'll watch it next time for our 2-year anniversary, film number 166, The Blue Yonder. But again, thanks for hanging out with us. If you want to follow along, we are on Instagram, Deep Diving the Magic. We are on Spotify and YouTube, where you could actually watch this exciting thing and our technology not want to work for us. Deep Diving the Magic. And then also, if you want to write to us, Deep Diving the Magic Pod at gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. But again, we will see you next time for, believe it or not, 2 years of this nonsense for the Blue Yonder.
Thanks for deep diving the magic.
Bye.
Bye.